Coming up on this edition of Southwest TV News. Sask Power recently submitted an application to the Saskatchewan Rate Review Panel for a rate increase of 10.2%.
After 7 seasons as head coach and general manager of the Swift Current Broncos, Mark Lamb will be moving on from the organization.
Crowds gathered in Leader for a fun-filled weekend of activities during the annual Wild West Daze. Downtown Swift Current was transformed into a makeshift raceway as 13 participants took part in the 2016 Soapbox Derby. Thanks for joining us here today. Starting July the 1st, Swift Current residents will see an increase on their power bill. We find out more in today's top story. Sask Power recently submitted an application to the Saskatchewan Rate Review Panel for a rate increase of 10.2%. An increase in the utility rate to cover system upgrades across the province. The City of Swift Current is a reseller of Sask Power's utility, and therefore City Council has approved an initial increase of 5.1% effective July the 1st, followed by another rate increase of 5.1% for January 1st of 2017.
We received the same exact rate increase on our wholesale power rates as all customers in the province. So this rate increase was straight across all rate classes. So we received a 5.1% increase on our wholesale prices, and we're passing that same 5.1% rate increases on to our customers. So it's not like we're collecting all of that 5.1%. We have to pay Sask Power 5.1% more for the power that we receive from them.
Locally, the new power increase will see the average apartment resident paying $3.50 more per month, $5.50 for the average home, and $7.50 more per month for a larger residence. Meanwhile, on the commercial front, all customers will see an average increase of 5.1% of their total annual billing. And if there are any changes in the rates by Sask Power in the coming months with its overall rate application, residents and commercial clients will be refunded accordingly. The last round of power increases across the province took effect on September 1st, 2015. Another exciting season of Market Square returns to downtown Swift Current, featuring live entertainment, fresh garden produce, crafts, and other unique vendors. Market Square, every Saturday at the corner of Central and Chaplin. Proudly presented by the City of Swift Current and Standard Motors, along with Innovation Credit Union and Southwest TV News. Following a long-standing relationship with the Swift Current Broncos, Mark Lamb is moving on. We find out why in this report.
After 7 seasons as head coach and general manager of the Swift Current Broncos, Mark Lamb will be moving on from the organization. Announced at a press conference on Wednesday, June the 22nd, Lamb will be the first head coach for the new Tucson Roadrunners team, the AHL affiliate for the Arizona Coyotes. While the team will need to look for a new coach this offseason, Lamb remains confident that the current group of players is well set up for success with whoever the new hire may be.
I feel comfortable. We put a lot of work into it, and what we've done is we've tried to gain assets. We made some trades that were very strategic, planning on the future. It wasn't planning on making the playoffs this year. When it was all said and done, the playoff picture, we weren't that far out. The group that we have right now is a real good group, the one that we seen on the ice at the end of the year last year. And now what we do is add some of those good prospects into that and see how good this team is.
And while the team doesn't have any one particular coach in mind to replace the departing Mark Lamb, Chairman Liam Chufu is confident that the team will find a good, qualified candidate to take over behind the bench.
I would say that the organization as a whole has always been prepared for this. You don't get someone the caliber of Mark Lamb and expect him to be here forever. We viewed having him for 7 years as a real bonus, and it allowed us a fair bit of time to be prepared for this day that's actually come. So we believe we've got very strong people in place within the organization, and they'll receive due consideration, as will all other candidates. So it's not selective in that it's guaranteed to be internal, but it certainly does not preclude anybody internally as well.
We're gonna work through it together. We put all our ideas together on which direction, or if it's a coach GM or split the job up. We're gonna take names. We're gonna go through it. We've had a plan for a long time here, so it's not going to be a knee-jerk reaction of what type of person that we want to come in here, or a knee-jerk reaction of oh my God, we don't have anybody in place right now. We're going to have lots of people. This is going to be a good job for somebody.
After 7 years behind the bench and behind the scenes with the Swift Current Broncos, Mark Lamb has grown and learned a lot about coaching professional hockey, which he hopes will eventually lead him to a position with a National Hockey League team.
I've gained so much here, and it's really hard to put into words how much you can really gain. There's no course for this. You don't go to school for it. It's on-the-job learning, which it's more than I can ever ask for. So my goal, is to, I'm going to coaching in the NHL AHL is a great honor. To do anything with the NHL is a huge honor, and hopefully that's where I end up.
For Southwest TV News, I'm Craig Chaplin.
Leader and area residents went back to their roots during the annual Wild West Daze weekend. Our Southwest TV News crew was there, and we bring you some of those highlights. Crowds gathered in Leader for a fun-filled weekend of activities during the annual Wild West Daze. People of all ages lined the streets for the morning parade, which included a number of floats and other entries from Leader and the surrounding area. From the ever-popular horse-pulled wagons to the Medicine Hat Shriners entertaining the crowd, the parade was a hit with those in attendance.
Everybody loves a parade, and it doesn't matter if it's a 2-person parade or a 1,000-person parade. Everybody loves a parade. Look at Toronto when they have a gay pride parade or they have any sort of a parade, people come. They just love a parade. And it's a time to get together and see your neighbors. It's a busy time of the year, so we don't all get a chance to visit and stuff like that. You just take a day off, go to the parade, catch up with people that you haven't seen for a little while, maybe even years.
Following the parade, hungry patrons lined up at the local Friendship Center for their annual helping of Grebel, a sweet bun dough which is carefully shaped by hand and then deep fried to perfection, and enjoyed with icing sugar or choke cherry syrup.
I think we've probably done 150, probably close to 150. Yeah, it's just something they've been doing for years, and it's a tradition. They come out and do it, and and we're just part of that tradition now.
A fun-filled weekend for the whole family, complete with caboose rides courtesy of the Great Sand Hills Rail Line, and an antique tractor pull, where participants tried to pull the heaviest load across the finish line. The Wild West Daze attracts visitors from the Leader area and abroad every Father's Day weekend. Well, downtown Swift Current was the place to be on Father's Day for the annual Soapbox Racing Derby. Downtown Swift Current was transformed into a makeshift raceway as 13 participants took part in the 2016 Soapbox Derby. After a few last-minute adjustments to their cars and words of encouragement, racers hit the track in a number of categories throughout the day. A fun event these young participants look forward to each year, while meeting new friends and learning a sense of sportsmanship.
The cars are nice, the people, they've got sponsored, and at the end of the races, you get to pick a prize.
When the bar goes down, you start racing. What's going through your mind?
I think of being safe on the way down, and I always try to avoid the potholes and everything so I can see. And I think that it doesn't matter if I win or lose, it matters if I have fun.
An annual competition which brings families together while sharing a sense of community in this long-standing tradition in Swift Current.
It started off in 1982 by a bunch of fathers who wanted to get soapbox racing into Swift Current, and it's continued strong based on the values that they set and how they started up the club. So we've got The race is going on Father's Day, has been for many years, unless it gets rained out. And we've got it down to a science for setting up the hill and getting everything all organized.
The Swift Current Soapbox Derby is the longest running event in all of the Canadian soapbox racing circuit. Well, this brings to a close another episode of Southwest TV News, reporting the stories that matter to you. We always welcome your news tips. You can always reach us here by phone at our studio or by email to contact us at southwesttvnews.com. Also, be sure to join us daily online for the latest news from across Southwest Saskatchewan and so much more at MyLocalTV.ca. And be sure to follow us on a range of social media. Thanks for joining us here today. I'm Carol Andrews.